Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy that you decided to join me here live today to discuss the making of the lyric video for It Is Amazing. I am Alicia Phidd, and I'm the artist that performed the spoken word as well as the creative behind choosing what I wanted to be in the lyric video. So basically directed, produced this lyric video. It was very important to me that I got it done so quickly. So this was released, It Is Amazing was released on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, November 26, 2025. And it's been a couple of years since I'd released a musical recording. So when I saw that it was happening, even though I'm not new to it, but because, just when I saw it was happening, I decided, well, let me just go ahead and have the lyrics available right away. Then I was like, wait, no, let me just go ahead and do the lyric video if I was able to do it to meet my listening party that I chose to have that night. So there's a lot going on, but I wanted to because Thanksgiving was the next day. I felt like this piece was so important. And I know every artist, they say the same thing, but I really felt that because I needed people to know that they were amazing. I needed people to know that even though times, let's just say a lot is happening, right? The hurricane in Jamaica, we had to shut down here during that time. I wrote this piece November 5th. That was when I wrote it. And there was just a confluence of factors and ideas and the things that I saw and felt at the time that I choose to write this piece. So in doing the lyric video, I took the time to say, okay, what do I want to convey to the public? What do I want them to know about the piece? And of course, it's always open to interpretation by the person listening, by that viewer, or that fan that's listening. But I still wanted to give you some context as to what I was thinking at the time that I was at the time that I wrote it and at the time that I was putting the video together. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we are going to listen to It Is Amazing and watch the video, and then we'll take it from there. All right?
It is amazing. It is amazing the difference a day makes when you believe that God will find a way. It is amazing the way you feel doesn't change the world, yet the world can change how you feel. It is amazing the peace you feel inside in the still of the night. And some busy days have you feeling like you're inside of the universe's fight. Perhaps this thing we call life is simpler than we make it. But it took a hurricane for the rich man in a food line with a poor man to face it. When you feel alone, look in the mirror. Search your soul. When did your feet move because another instructed so? Face your fears of being powerful. Accept your burden of being resourceful. Stand for right on the side of humanity and hold on to God, not vanity. Times of crisis is everyone pensive. Times of crisis makes everyone reflective. Times of crisis makes sinners want to be saints, and times of crisis brings out the worst or best in men. In a time of crisis, don't be Peter, be a great friend. It takes nothing to be amazing all the time. It takes everything to remember throughout all times you are amazing. God made this, don't label it. Alicia Marie Phidd.
right, so that's it. It is amazing. All right, so I want to start with the almost last piece. All right, so we're looking at an artificial intelligence rendition of me walking towards the camera. However, I want to talk about the scene before that. All right. This scene where you're seeing the Black woman in a suit walking with the lion, it's supposed to represent the strength of facing everything that's coming, that you have this inner strength. This piece was actually gifted to me very early this year by another artist. She really fell in love with me. She says, hey, I have a gift for you here. All right. Even though I know how to generate my own, and I just have a connection to it. I've used it a million times. I don't know. I think it felt good that someone thought about me, that they wanted to gift me something. Right. And I know that's a deep sentence, but it felt good that someone that I'd never met, but it is only in social media that I've come to know. Her name is Jackie. And she's a gamer, she's a writer, she streams just like me. She's out of Brazil, an amazing lady. And yeah, just how she thought of me and how she embodied what I like. Everybody knows that I love the lion, and ever since AI came out, first thing I wanted was a black lion. Before I could even do it myself, I was saying to people, I want a black lion. Somebody please give me a black lion. And I didn't stop until I can generate a black lions the way that I want them to look. All right. And so, yes. So I wanted to start there. I wanted to start with knowing that in real life, that was a gifted piece. And then the fact that in the video, I wanted to tell the story of the strength of knowing that you are amazing, right? And that inner strength of walking that inner lion. So I wanted to share that. So that was important to me when I chose that. The ending, I know. Well, why did she start at the end? Yeah, because I just felt like it's appropriate to do that. In the ending, right? This part, hold on. Camera pans in. That part, it's to show, and I've used this in the promo. I've used this piece in the promo. All right, this is just to show that fearlessly walking into it, as tough as times may be, or as great as times may be, it doesn't matter. Just pushing through. All right, and of course, I rely on God a lot for everything, and the day that I don't, it's the day that I don't. But for now, and at the time of this video, yeah, that's what I do. I rely on him a lot. And so it helps to get that strength, even if you're nervous inside, even if you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get through this? You just rely on him and know that he has you, but you still have to do your part. All right. So there's that as well. All right. So now that we did the ending, let's go to the beginning, and we'll be over soon when you hear how I do this. I'm always generated images. I am. Well, because I'm streaming. So I'm a full-time author, right? I'm a full-time author, retired from practicing law. So I'm a full-time author, full-time creative. This journey was started from 2020. So I've started to do that for a long time. Really put my whole body and soul into it. So I'm generating images all the time, being online, in the position that I chose to be online. And I love to create. I love to write. I love the fact that artificial intelligence allow me to generate all kinds of images. I really enjoy that. So I always have something going on, as well as in the immediate. If I have an idea, I'll just jump on anything and generate something. Did you know you could generate images right there in Instagram? And well, now every app, but Instagram actually started that first a few years ago. Yeah, they did. They're actually one of the first ones to do that. All right. So they were really ahead of a lot of other platforms. So that was what I did. So it's several different platforms that I use in my generation in generation of images, rendering of videos. And as I am listening to the music, I start to put it together. So I don't do a scene by scene frame out. I don't do a storyboard frame out of this particular lyric video. I did not do that. I knew that line needed to be there, one, because it's symbolic of me, but also because of the poem. So it was a two for it, right? So in starting it, of course, it is amazing. Now I thought about this. I did. And when I'm saying it's amazing, but yet still have this line coming out of this fiery jump and saying it is amazing. And I'm like, yes, this is proper. I'm thinking, yes, this is in fact what I want to convey. So you're seeing yourself get out of the fiery storm, you know? So, and you're saying it is amazing. So I wanted to share that. Here at the top, that actually represents me. The amp gems represent me. Anything that comes out of me is my currency. I talk about currency in walking bank theory, right? I wrote that academic doctrine last year, April. So 2024, April. And it's something that I'm constantly talking about. You are a walking bank. You have talents, multiple talents. Didn't say you're going to be wealthy off of them. But what I'm saying is explore them. Explore them while you have the strength and you're not ill and you have the ability to do that. All right? I genuinely believe that. And so in order for you to do that, I believe that you should name your currency. You should name you. So in the walking bank theory doctrine, I kind of lay that out on, I think, page 7 to 10, page 7 to 11. I lay out how you get to the naming of the currency. However, mine is Amgen. And so I went as far as to create my own logo. I actually have it on my phone. All right. You probably wouldn't be able to see because I have a blurred, but I actually have it on the phone. So I don't forget that everything I do, everything I speak, every time I write, that it is my currency, that it has a value. I'm reminded constantly because I use the phone especially. And I want to pass that on to you. So hopefully that's something you can start thinking about differently. But yeah, it's called the walking bank theory doctrine that I created. And it's something to think about. All right. So we're going through it a little more.
It is amazing. It is amazing the difference a day makes when you believe that God will find.
So I had this rendition of me coming out of like a sphinx, right? Coming out of the lion. So it's that duality of, you know, are you coming out of some form of strength? Did something happen that strengthens you? Or is the strength within you? Whichever way you want to look at it. But that was what I did. But you also saw where the lion just was looking up, you know, like looking up to God. I'm not going to do the entire 2 minutes because it would take forever to explain each frame because it took me hours to get this done. But I want to share.
It is amazing the way you feel doesn't change the world.
What I did
can change how you feel.
I wanted the words to kind of match, you know, people being pensive and the tranquility within it. And then there's
amazing the peace you feel inside in the still of the night. And some busy days have you feeling like you're
constantly needed to show the heavy clouds. Remember I mentioned hurricane at some point in time, you know, the dark clouds. And then of course, the storm going away. There's this part this part I wanted to talk about. Let's look at this. Significant parts.
When you feel alone, look in the mirror. Search your soul.
I needed that to stay there. You see how the lion was angry? Yeah, I needed that. When you're searching your soul, you should be you're bearing it all. It's not gonna be pleasant all the time. And I needed to demonstrate that I needed to be okay with that. I needed you to be okay with that. It's rough, but I needed you to be okay with that. And then the part about, you know, sometimes you feel alone and you're like, what do you do? But you never If you think about it, you've always walked on your own. It doesn't matter if you're married, doesn't matter if you're in a polygamous relationship, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you still live with your parents, live with cousins, it doesn't matter. You're still the one that order your steps, right? And then of course, in terms of your own volition to say, I'm going to do XYZ. And of course, God is always there with you to order everything that you do, including your thoughts, and then tell you to walk. So I needed that to be important.
When did your feet move? Because another instructed
so I use that. And this part,
face your fears of being powerful.
That was important to me, for you to see a man facing the lion. Most people are afraid of a lion. I would be in front of them. I love lions and I'm afraid. I would love to see one in real life, but I don't think I'll be doing that. So just the fear of, but I needed to show that on screen, right? I needed you to see that, because I need you to understand.
Accept your burden of being resourceful. Stand for.
See that? And then I have the lion walk on stage, and I say, stand for right on the side of humanity. What made a lot of these easier? These are images that I've used before, but they were just perfect for now. Perfect to put together for now. They're amazing independently, but just perfect. They fit together. Some of them were brand new images, but yeah, I was really excited about that. This
times of crisis, is everyone pensive?
So I play chess online. Sometimes, I have a whole brain game community. I call it Mind Games on a couple of different apps. So Scrabble, chess, Wordle especially lately. That really has taken off on 2 different apps. One of them being TikTok community. But I want to share this. I want to say this. The chess piece, using that visual. And remember, this is a lyric video. I could have just had a black screen and the words. It would have done the same effect. It's a lyric video, right? Same promotional effect, same marketing effect. Just having a black screen and the words, just white words on a black screen for this particular lyrics would have been fine. Would have been just as effective. But I wanted more. I felt like people would need more. And so showing the chess piece here with crisis, word crisis, is emphasizing life. Whether you know how to play chess or not, it's literally emphasizing what life is about. All right. And the decisions you have to make and how many steps ahead you have to think to make any move that you have to make, whether it's in work or anything else. And I wanted to share that as well. And it's hard. We don't always do it. I mean, not everyone win. Like, you don't always win each chess game you play, right? So clearly you're not perfect. And sometimes we even forget to think beyond one move. But I wanted to emphasize that on a deeper level. So for those that are going to be watching, watching the video over and over, listening to it over and over, and I needed that to be the visual.
Crisis makes everyone reflective. Times of crisis make sinners want to be saints, and times of crisis brings out the worst or best.
And then, of course, we get to the part that I like, which is now she's walking with that strength beside her, powerful as ever, saying yes, with God, in me, and I this line with me, I can do
don't
this.
Be Peter, be a great friend.
The Don't Be Peter, of course, is a Christian reference when Peter denied Jesus several times before the crucifixion. So that was important for me to put in there as well. So what I would like you to do, as I'm ending this discussion with this video, what I would like you to do, if you can comment, I don't care when you get back to this. It could be the year 2050. If you can comment what you think the visual effects mean, or how it interacts with the words on screen, or what you would have put there instead, just anything, just share with me what your thoughts are as you listen to the words of It Is Amazing. And at the end of the day, please, doesn't matter what's happening, I need you to remember that you are amazing. Why? Because God made this. Don't label it Alicia Marie